The bird landed on the ground and began to rest. Suddenly, its feet began to slip. It became frightened and flapped its wings and landed on a nearby rock. But as soon as it landed on the rock, less than 2 seconds later, its feet began to burn. Because the rock had become extremely hot from the intense sunlight. To cool off, the bird quickly jumped into the water. At first, it thought it would finally find some relief, but as soon as it breathed a sigh of relief, it felt its body sinking. It began to sink. It flapped its wings with all its might and with great difficulty emerged from the water. Now, heavy mud stuck to its feet. The mud was so heavy that it became difficult to fly. After a while, the same mud dried and hardened in the air. It became even more difficult to remove it. It thought it would rest a little, but its feet couldn't stand firmly. Just then, it saw a stone nearby. It thought it could be removed by hitting the stone. She immediately flew and landed on the stone. She kept landing again and again, and finally the soil broke and fell. She was overjoyed, but in her joy, she forgot that the stone was still hot. Her feet burned again. Now her luck took a turn for the worse. She tried to perch on a tree branch, but the branch bent and flung her away. After much effort, she regained her flight. She thought she would finally find some rest, but then she felt a sharp sting in her feet. She was actually standing on a cactus. This time, she flew toward a flat, grassy field, but before she could land, a strong wind began to blow. The wind blew her here and there, yet she held on tightly to the ground. The next moment, a flying branch came and lifted her into the air again. When the wind stopped after many difficulties, the tired bird thought perhaps she would finally find peace. But her misfortune wasn't over yet. She sat on a dry piece of wood, which broke in the middle, trapping her. She jumped off the branch and fell down. This time, she felt her luck had changed. There was a stone below that seemed perfect for resting. She happily sat on it. But the next moment, the stone began to break. Perhaps it had gotten wet and weakened. As she stepped on it, the stone began to crumble from the bottom. In the end, the large stone was reduced to just a small piece, but that was enough for the bird. She folded her wings and fell into a deep sleep. Is your luck like the bird's? So tell us in the comments below.